one man's on a mission to prove we've actually already left the EU. And English Democrat leader and Brexiteer Robin Tilbrook says he'll go to court to prove it. He believes the extension beyond the initial March the 29th deadline is invalid, as Theresa May didn't have the power to amend the withdrawal process. Well, the government says his case is totally without merit, but that hasn't stopped him raising nearly £60,000 to fund his challenge. And I'm delighted to say the man himself, Robin Tilbrook, joins me live. Robin, thank you very much indeed for joining us this evening. Well, on the face of this, you could say it looks crazy, a little sort of left of field, but tell me why you think we've already left.
Yes, well, I don't think it's all that crazy, actually. The point is we served our notice, a two-year notice period, which was served in accordance with the judgment in the G. Miller case, which meant we had an Act of Parliament. The Act of Parliament was very limited. It simply said in 137 words that the government had the power to serve a notice withdrawing us from the EU. There's nothing else in that act of significance. That notice was served. It expired on the 29th of March. And the normal thing that happens when your notice expires is that you're out of whatever it is that you've served your notice about. And in this case, the government didn't go back to Parliament and get another Act of Parliament that enabled Theresa May to ask for more time. It didn't go back to Parliament to ask for a power to agree an extension of time. And one of the other things that the Gina Miller case made very clear was that in our constitution, once there is an Act of Parliament, government ministers have no power to go against that act. So it is actually quite a straightforward claim in one sense, but it has very far-reaching consequences, of course.
Indeed, Robin. Let's have a look at some of the things you said there. I mean, even if, and it's a big if, we have left, given that no one else thinks we have, doesn't that sort of negate the truth as you see it?
Well, it isn't that no one else thinks that we have. We've consulted widely amongst solicitors, barristers, QCs, and so far we've come across almost nobody who said that we haven't got a strong case. And I think the sort of general legal position is that we've got a very strong case. The point is that the politicians haven't acknowledged it, and the mainstream media have been here in England have been very reluctant to report anything about it at all. Whereas, if you think back to the Gina Miller case, at the same stage that we're at, you could hardly turn on your television or listen to a radio without somebody going on about Gina Miller.
Well, let's also look at some of your supporters then, Robin. I mean, can you give us a sort of taste who your donors are? Who are the people who are actually backing you?
They're mostly ordinary members of the public who believe strongly in Brexit, and they've been willing to donate money to us. Nobody's donated more than a few £1,000s, and most donations are £10, £20, £25. So it really is a proper crowd-funded case. And in fact, you were saying that we'd raised 58,000. But basically, we've had a number of different ways in which we've raised money. Some of which is specifically earmarked for the case, and others of which is generally supporting the English Democrats, because we are the people who are bringing the claim. So obviously, everything that we have is really on the line as far as the case is concerned. That is as the political party. That's not individual liabilities.
Indeed, Robin. Let's if I could ask you one quick last question. If you do win your case, we'll have the hardest of hard Brexit. Instantly, you'll destroy the country, wouldn't you?
No, not at all. A lot of economists have been saying that actually, from where we are now, the best option is to leave with no deal Brexit or on World Trade Organization terms. So it wouldn't be a particularly bad thing. It would be quite a good thing. It's probably the only way we're going to get out. So if you are a Brexiteer, this really is the one and only way out.